Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wingcat Sports, and it's our college postgame. Michigan State, Michigan pulling out the win, 1 touchdown. Pretty close to our predictions, also.
Yeah,
We
they
saw the
were.
game.
They were.
24-17. Overall, Michigan, they struggled quarterback-wise, but, Warren didn't do terrible. 13 of 19 through 1 TD. Rushing-wise, somehow they managed to get 119 yards in. They had Alex Orji run for 64 yards, and he wasn't even starting the game. So There's that. And then Michigan State, Childs, he also didn't have a terrible day. 17 for 23, 189 yards and a TD. They also rushed for 163 yards. I believe it was more or less the turnover problems that happened for the game for Michigan State to why they weren't necessarily in it.
Yeah. I like I said, it was a close game. We thought it would be. I really thought, look, the first quarter, man, I thought Michigan State was going to roll on them. But, Michigan's defense eventually stiffened, and they were able to control Childs, and like you said, the turnovers. I didn't think Michigan's offense was all that great, but they ran the ball. And like you said, Orji came in. They used them well. You're not going to be able to get away with this against anybody any good. So I wouldn't get excited about this. I think they have a chance for one more victory in this season. So what would that make them? 6-6?
They're going to finish. They finish the year.
Beat Northwestern.
So if they get their one win, if we're just going to already look at the future, if they get their one win, yeah, they'd be 6-6.
That's just, like I said.
And same thing with Michigan State, likely finishing 6-6. I think on the season as well.
This is going to be, like I said, this was the national championship for both these teams this year. So it's like that would be the one positive Michigan can take out of it. Other than that, it's like I said, it's hard.
It would have been potentially Michigan State's game without the untimely fumble. That I know that was like near the goal line or whatever.
Yeah.
So gave Michigan points right there, right away at the end of the half. Because I saw it was 6. What was 6-7, and all of a sudden it was 9-7. I was like, oh, okay, I don't know what happened there, but
yeah, it's like I considering the first half, I was shocked that Michigan was in the lead. I thought Michigan State outplayed them. They were the better team, but Michigan came back and got some breaks and held on.
And then the obvious fight at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Again. That's what it was like every other year or whenever they're in Ann Arbor, they're fighting, I guess.
We're always worried about our niece, or my niece, your cousin, cop out there, and I guess she got on TV or something in the middle of all that stuff. So we don't want to say her name because we just like that, but man.
All the little
glad you're safe.
All the little brother talks.
Yeah.
From Michigan causing problems, even though for the most part Michigan State was the one the whole game getting the penalties, and Michigan wasn't. And then at the end of the game, they're just getting mad about it. But it is what it is. Whoever wins wins. And
I thought Michigan State had every chance to win this game. They were the better team for half of it. But Michigan got, like you said, got the breaks at the end of the half, at the end of the second quarter, and somehow went into the halftime with a 9-7 lead.
But
so you got to just feel lucky. I don't think it's going to continue because, like I said, I think Michigan State they're about even right now, but Michigan State's on an upward trajectory, and Michigan is on a downward trajectory. I hope, like I said, this could change if their 4-star recruit or 5-star recruit, whatever the quarterback is that they've got, the freshman, what's his name, Davis or something like that, he turns out to be something good. And we'll find that out next year, because right now it's pretty much it's hard to get excited anymore about college football this year. We'll certainly still watch and report on it, but
basically
team's going anywhere.
Our fun talk is whoever's in this top 25 and moving on from who's moving around and who we think is going to be the best going into the playoffs. And looking at it, right, not much has changed in the top 25. This week, Oregon, they're still number one. They had 61 votes to be the number one team. So Oregon still won. Georgia's still 2. Penn State, Ohio State, Miami has moved up to 5. Texas has dropped to 6. After a close win against Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt almost took down another SEC giant.
Yeah. Vandy, man.
Notre Dame has moved up to number 8. BYU is number 9. Texas A&M is 10.
I was disappointed in Navy. I really was hoping that they would.
Apparently, I didn't really watch the game. There was a lot of turnovers on Navy's part.
Yeah, I just was disappointed.
A lot of maybe that game would have went different if there wasn't the turnovers, but Navy got their butt kicked in by Notre Dame.
Yeah, I just
slapped them back
really
into reality.
Give Notre Dame a game.
Moving on from tied at number 11 are Texas A&M and Clemson. Oh, not Texas A&M and Clemson. Clemson and Iowa State. Indiana has not moved. They're still at 13. Again, I don't think they're really going to move far beyond that.
You think? I really hope they. Well, they're going to need to not lose more than one game the rest.
Well,
of the way
Indiana's going to have their one shot. I think they're going to only have one loss. And we can go over that real quick because
what is their schedule? Yeah,
because we'll go over that after we go through all the rest of this. Indiana is still ranked higher than Alabama at 14, Boise State at 15, LSU at 16, Kansas State at 17, Pittsburgh at 18, Ole Miss at 19, SMU at 20. Army has moved up to 21, and they'll have their chance to prove themselves worthy after the stomping of Navy. Can another service team be able to take care of business against Notre Dame? Probably not, but we'll see. Washington State, number 22, Colorado 23, Illinois 24, and Missouri 25. So there's your top 25. Vanderbilt has fallen out. Navy has fallen out. Looks like Colorado and Missouri are now in.
Right.
Looking, because you were curious about Indiana's schedule, looking at Indiana's schedule before we're done here. Indiana, I think, has a favorable schedule the rest of the year. They're going to go play in East Lansing.
They should win.
Should win. They're going to come home and play against Michigan. Should win. And here's where your test is to prove yourself worthy of being in the Big Ten championship game, because this is honestly what's going to decide it for them. You're going to go to Ohio State.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
If you beat Ohio State at Ohio State, congratulations. You're playing Oregon in the Big Ten championship. And you're going, because your last game is against Purdue. So,
right.
So that would be your congratulations. You're going to go play.
Let's go hopefully. You know what? We don't have anyone to cheer for. Let's all cheer on Indy for the rest of the year.
Realistically,
Hoosiers. Let's become Hoosiers for the rest of the year.
Realistically, for the rest of the year, your Big Ten championship is either going to be Indiana versus Oregon, or it's going to be Penn State versus Oregon. But that's only if Penn State loses to somebody, then that would change. But guess what? That's not happening. Their last 3 games, well, actually, that will be decided this week. My bad. This week it'll be decided, because here's your Big Ten matchup of the week, and it's controversy because, Fox likes to put these games at noon. You got number 3 Penn State versus number 4 Ohio State at noon.
Woo!
And now a lot of people have problems with Fox doing that because they think that should be the Penn State whiteout game.
No, do it, man.
You don't think that should be a primetime game?
It probably should be, but I like those noon games.
But Ohio State is favorited actually in this game by 3.5 away at Penn State.
It's in Happy Valley?
It is.
All right. Go Penn State, man. Go Penn State.
So if Penn State wins that game, Ohio State has no chance of being in the Big Ten championship.
Good.
If Penn State loses that game, and Ohio State beats Indiana, then it's going to be Ohio State, Oregon for the Big Ten championship. Because Oregon doesn't really play anybody that big the rest of the year. You got Michigan.
They play Michigan? No, they don't. Yes, they do.
In fact, you know what's even better for the fact they're going to play Michigan and probably curb stomp them at Michigan. You just beat the crap out of them. Then they're going to come home and play Maryland.
Great.
And then they're going to go to Wisconsin. And then they're going to come back home and play Washington at the end of the year. So Oregon's not playing anybody the rest of the year. So basically, I think it's going to be ending up being Oregon versus either. I don't know. It is weird with what's going to happen, but I'm going to tell you that Ohio State Indiana game is going to be one to watch because that is going to determine a lot in the Big Ten landscape.
Yep.
Outside of that, Big Ten's just the Big Ten. There's not a lot of surprises in it. They're kind of average, past the top 4 teams. You got 6-2 and 5-3 records across the board, and there ain't much going on. But with all that being said, if you like what you see, you know you like, comment, subscribe, share the video around, let us know what you think about the college football landscape this weekend. Until next time, good to see everybody soon.